In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 best free cards right now in NBA 2K23 Myteam. As you guys probably know, we've gotten so many good free cards in Season 6 so far, with some cards we'll talk about here later in the video, but just want to get you guys an updated top 10 free card list to show you guys who are the best free cards in the game currently. So I will say a quick honorable mention goes to the new Galaxy Franz Wagner. He's going to be probably number 11 in my, ranking the top free cards in the game. I was kind of deciding between him and KG. I think Kevin Garnett is still a tiny bit better just because of his defense and overall size at the power forward position, but I would say Franz Wagner is probably the first guy off this list at number 11. So let me know in the comment section down below who are your guys' favorite free cards in the game currently, and let me know of course what you guys do think about my top 10. But like I said, KG going to be coming in at the number 10 spot. I still think he's got a great jump shot. That LaMelo Ball base is still super easy to green. He's got pretty good dribble sigs for your power forward, and we know Kevin Garnett's going to be a very good defender with Hall of Fame anchor, clamps, interceptor, post lockdown, rebound chaser, and then Hall of Fame clamp breaker and quick first step as well. At the number 9 spot is going to be the Galaxy Billy Knight. I was kind of debating between number 9 and number 8, and I think you can really flip-flop these two shooting guards, but Billy Knight's still very nice at the shooting guard spot with a 6'6" with a 6'10" wingspan. You take a look at his stats, very well rounded. Maybe you need to upgrade like the strength into your defense and the block, but besides that, he's pretty much got 90 in every single defensive category. But easily my favorite thing about Billy Knight has to come down to his jump shot. He's got the Rudy Gay base and the Oscar Robertson upper, which is so easy to green. It's one of the most smooth and just purest releases in my team right now, so I feel like for that reason he's still got to be in the top 10, and he does have some very good dribble sigs. But at my number 8 spot, I do think the free Galaxy Glenn Rice is just slightly better than Billy Knight. It's a very close debate. I was kind of going back and forth picking between Billy Knight and Glenn Rice, so if you want to put Billy Knight over Glenn, I think that's perfectly cool with me. I just kind of put Glenn Rice because I do think their jump shots are similar in a sense. I would say Billy Knight definitely has the better jump shot, but then I would say that Glenn Rice has got better dribble sigs. He's an inch taller. I think he plays about the same on the defensive end. He's got more Hall of Fame shooting badges. Once again, with the duo, sorry, Billy Knight would definitely be better than Glenn Rice because he gets those 15 extra Hoff badges. But if we're talking about a base Billy Knight with no duo, and we're talking about Glenn Rice, I would say Glenn is just slightly better, but really close at that 2 spot. At the number 7 spot though is going to be the Galaxy Mike Bantam. I think he's a little bit better than Billy Knight and Glenn Rice. Not a huge gap there, but still an amazing 6'9" small forward with a 7'1" wingspan. Very good all around stats and badges wise. I mean, most of the cards in the game that are top at their position or top on a list or a tier list, I mean, they're gonna have great stats and badges. That's not really what it comes down to. It comes down to the animation screen when you take a look at their jump shot, their dribble sigs, their dunk packages, and then sometimes even tendencies as well. But yeah, great jump shot here on Mike Bantam with the Kyle Kuzma base, the Rudy Gay upper on quick timing, and then he also does have some very solid dribble sigs. I think the card could have been better if he had his jump shot on very quick timing and he maybe had like the Trey escape or the wall escape instead of the Kobe escape. I do think that'd make him a lot better of a dribbler and just able to move a lot better at the small forward spot. But still, I think Mike Bantam is the 7th best free card. At the number 6 spot is going to be Galaxy Danny Ferry, another RNG card, which a lot of these guys unfortunately are going to be on this list because they're just so good in the game, but they're so impossible to get as well. For example, I got Danny Ferry last season and I was super lucky to do so. So let me know if you guys have any of the RNG cards, whether it's 2 of the new Dark Matters, the Steve Smith or the Malik Sealy, or let me know in the previous seasons, did you guys get Danny Ferry? Did you guys get Purvis Ellison? Were you guys lucky enough to maybe get a Bantam or a Billy Knight? Let me know all that type of stuff down below in the comment section. But yeah, Danny Ferry, I still think is an amazing small 40, 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. You take a look at this card offensively, he's got the O'Shea Brissett base and the Carmelo Anthony upper, so he's got one of the fastest releases in the game on very quick timing, and then he also does have the Trae Young leaner, which can be super nice if you do know how to shoot the Trae fades. He's got great dunk packages with the quick drops off 1 and the front clutches. He's got good dribble sigs. I would have liked to see maybe like the Steve Francis size up and the Trae Young escape just to help with his movement a little bit more, but overall still going to be a really good offensive small forward, one of the best in the game currently. But at my number 5 spot, for the top 10 free cards is going to be the Galaxy Purvis Ellison. I still think at the small forward spot he's super elite, being 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. I mean, if we're talking about free cards, he's one of the most complete free small forwards in the game, and probably the best free small forward in the game, I would say, in my personal opinion. I don't think he's the best small forward in the game anymore. I think AK, Bill Russell, and Jonathan Bender might be slightly better, but for a free card, he is still going to be so elite at that small forward position. Pretty much perfect stats and badges. He's got a great jump shot with that Seth Curry base, Klay Thompson upper, very quick timing. He's got great dribble sigs with the Steph Curry escape, the Garland size up. Like, I really like this Garland size up. I think you can move very, very well, with that Garland size up. And then he's also got the quick drops off one and the front clutches. I think between Danny Ferry and Purvis Ellison, it's a very close debate. I kind of go back and forth of who I do think is better, but I think all around, I think Purvis is slightly better at that small forward spot. Coming in at my number 4 spot, though, is going to be the new RNG Dark Matter, Malik Sealy. I think he's so good at shooting guard or small forward. It doesn't really matter where you want to play this card. He might be a tad bit undersized for a small forward, but not really, because most of the best small forwards in the game are 6'9", 6'10". I mean, you got that Jonathan Bender guy, but you should be able to compete with Malik Sealy at small forward, but most likely going to be a better shooting guard, just being that amazing 3-and-D card in the game. Like, I think these 2 new RNG cards that we'll talk about here in a second, we'll talk about the other one, the Steve Smith. I mean, I know they're going to be hard to get. I know they're like impossible and they never pop out of the wheel or in co-op, but I will say, if you do get one of these 2 cards, it's going to really change your lineup. No matter what squad you have, even if you have one of the best teams in the game, I think both these guys can play with their defense and all around their animations. I mean, he's got a great jump shot. He's got great dribble sigs. His movement's going to be good. He can handle the ball. He's going to play very good defense. Great tendencies on the defensive side of things. I mean, Malik Sealy all around is an absolute beast at that shooting guard position. At my number 3 spot, though, is going to be the level 40 Dark Matter Hakeem. I think there's like 2 free cards that are slightly better than Hakeem, but Hakeem Olajuwon, easily the best free big man in the game, and pretty much the only free big man in the game if we're talking about centers. I mean, I'm trying to think of other free centers in the game, and if I'm not mistaken, unless you're kind of like Olo Wakandi, who's still pretty decent, there's no really good free centers in my team, and that's what makes Hakeem so valuable. If you guys are running a free squad or a budget lineup, to have a card like Hakeem for completely free and really not that hard to obtain, especially later in the season once they keep releasing more XP, like when more XP does become available. So yeah, Hakeem Olajuwon, a very, very good free card. He's one of the best power forwards in my team. An elite defender, 97 block, 90 steal, 91 perimeter, 98 interior defense. But like I said earlier, all of these cards that are Dark Matter and above, and even the Galaxy Opals, they have perfect stats and badges. It really comes down to people's player model, their size, their wingspan, and then what animations they have. And I personally like Hakeem's jump shot probably more than most people in my team. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the best release in the game for a big. It's definitely not better than a KP. It's also probably not better than a D-Rob, but in my opinion, I think because of his size and his player model, he's going to be one of the best free cards in my team right now. And then at the number 2 spot, I do think is somehow going to be this Galaxy Sean Livingston. Never thought I'd say the day that he's the best point guard in my team, but I think he is. I think he's point guard number 1. Now, it is very close between Jimmy Butler and Cade, and if you want to say one of those 2 guys is better, I could definitely see that. They're all very close at that point guard position, but Sean Livingston has literally got no flaws. He's got an amazing jump shot, amazing dribble sigs with the Trae Young fade, the Trae Young escape. He's got great dunk packages. He's got all around great stats. He's 6'7" at the point guard spot. I mean, there's really nothing to hate about the Sean Livingston card. He's one of the best point guards in my team, and for being free and only having to get to 6,000 points and unlimited, I do think is definitely going to be worth grinding for. And then at the number 1 spot is going to be the Dark Matter Steve Smith, an amazing shooting guard who's 6'8" with a 6'10" wingspan. I think he's on that Tracy McGrady level. I'm not going to sit here and say he's better than T-Mac or Terry, but I do think he's somewhat close to a card like Tracy McGrady because of his dribble sigs. His jump shot is super quick and very easy to get up in time. He's got terrible, never mind. I thought he had good tendencies, but doesn't really matter too much. I mean, the card's just an absolute beast at that shooting guard spot. And I would say he's definitely the 3rd best shooting guard in the game, right behind Terry Dishinger and especially T-Mac. If you guys watch Splash's gameplay, I just want to give a quick shout out to Splash, man. Go watch Splash's Steve Smith gameplay if you guys haven't already. This man went absolutely ballistic with Steve Smith, and if you don't believe me, Steve Smith's one of the best shooting guards in the game, and on that T-Mac level, make sure you guys go watch that video, because I mean, like, this man is an absolute demon at the shooting guard spot, and all around, I do think is the best free card in my team. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my top 10 free cards, and let me know what you guys would change about it, and maybe your guys' top 10 free cards as well. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.